Welcome back to Project Ozone 3. The mod pack developer has made an update which has removed a number of mods, and some of the ones that were removed, the ones I actually liked. In here we used a bunch of different stuff, in particular armor. For some reason with the mod pack update a lot of it's just disappeared. I don't mind and that I can always get more. However, things like the totems that gave me these abilities have also disappeared. And they're no longer in the they're no longer in the JEI, which I assume means they're no longer dropped. So that's a problem because these continually use up hunger. And although I do have things like Domino's Special, well, what I hadn't got is the saturation effect that you can get with these, which makes it so that they're not really much of a problem. So what I might well do is take off strength and take off haste. I may even take off luck. I just do like the speed effect. And the only thing left from that mod, from Everlasting, is the ability bottle. So I hope I can actually remove these with the bottle. See, here we are. So fertility, let's get rid of that. And that's fine. Strength, I'm going to get rid of that for now. It's stored in the bottle, so we can get it back later if I get some other, ability I can cause myself to get fed with. Haste, luck, and speed. Oh, okay. Let's take that off. And I'll leave those two on for now, and we'll see how that affects the speed of my hunger decrease. While I'm starting up, I want to upgrade the solid experience barrel, because before I start this farm back up again, you'll see exactly what's actually using up all of my storage space in the buffer. So yeah, I would rather get that started first, and once that's that should be increasing, it is. Once that's cleaned everything up, then we can start the mob farm again. In between the episodes, as I promised, I did set up the auto sifter. It's the same one from Stoneblock, so I haven't really, decided to do it on camera. But in case you haven't seen Stoneblock, there is an auto sifter block down there. It's got a geared section facing that way, okay? And then out of that, I've put a number of stone shafts, and they connect all the way to the water wheels. If this doesn't work for you, when the water wheels start turning, when you start putting water down one side, all it means you've got the shafts the wrong way around. Okay, so just put the water wheels the wrong way around, that kind of thing. So just try trial and error, and it'll be just fine out there. So I've only got 8 wheels, and in Stoneblock I got that up to 40 wheels. At that point, the end of this was just a blur. So yeah, well, I guess we could go for a full stack of those, but they tend to be a bit obtrusive, so I've left them out of the way out here. And then just a chest here, or a storage crate for the input. And the output, it gets pulled in by this absorption hopper into here. So you'll see we have a bunch of different things we might want. And we're going to be sending these through some, compression drawers, compacting drawers, that kind of thing. Over here, we've also got a new farm area. We've got a new farm area. I'll show you why in a second. But the basic thing that you're going to need, or probably going to want to get, is cactus. You can get cactus seeds from various methods. I think sifting gives you them. And you're going to want sugarcane seeds. You get those from sifting as well. Dirt in that case. Some wheat, which you'll probably get as a matter of course. And then pumpkins. And pumpkins, again, you get them as before. I'll put these in here for now. We're going to need all 4 of those, because we're going to need nature essence. And on this side, I started preparing here by putting another absorption hopper with a crate on top. I decided to go for an approach I first saw relatively recently. I saw it in, I think, Hypnotized playthrough of Stoneblock. I managed to catch an episode of that, and he was trying his best, trying to speed plants up, and it was horrible. It really was. Not that there's anything wrong with his playthrough. His playthrough's fine. Just trying to speed things up was horrible. That's the hard part about it. So I thought we'd get into that. I did get a couple of suggestions between the episodes about what we could actually do. Sorry, I just had to turn my head for a second. And there's a few options there. One of the suggestions, other than the ones I showed you last episode, was the imaginary time block. I've used that previously in FTB Horizons, I think, just to speed up. It was either sugarcane or cactus, and that was feeding into a mechanism setup for a quintupling ore setup. But in this pack, that needs nether stars. So we're not at nether stars yet, just to be clear. And we'd also need to go through cubic clusters, which aren't. That isn't all that terrible. That isn't all that terrible. Ender crystal was we're getting. It really is just the nether stars then, and there isn't. Well, there is nether star essence, but we haven't got that yet. However, I did get one of these patient bags, so I set up just here with a single item conduit on the back with self-feed mode enabled, insert and extract, and it's just basically moving stuff backwards and forwards in there. And occasionally, every 10,000 or so, we'll plug in another star, ignore it for the most part, and come back later. If you get more patient bags, load them in more of these loot bag openers, or indeed multiple into one. It shouldn't matter that much, they're pretty fast. And yeah, so that was between the episodes. So the other thing we could go for is the lily pad. And this is very old. I remember, well, may not be that it was in Reliquary, but I remember that it's being certainly in version 1.7 and before using lily pads. And we need a couple of things. One is fertile essence, the other one is a lily pad. So fertile essence is a rib bone, catalyzing gland, slime pearl, and cactus green. I think we have all of those. Cactus green you can make up from lapis with yellow daffodils, and you can just use bone meal or grass to get those. So that's not a problem. And these three all drop from our mob farm. So we can get the fertile essence easily enough. Lily pads, on the other hand, well, not so much. If we had vines, we could throw those into a mana pool. We don't have a mana pool nor vines. And we don't have a phytogenic insulator yet. And even if we did, we'd have to get the first one to get started anyway. So we're going to have to craft it first, which is nature essence. Nature essence, as you might imagine, comes from nature seeds on farmland. And this is via crop sticks for agricraft. Yes, agricraft is in the pack. So if you're used to breeding stuff, then you know what I'm talking about. And to get that, well, we're going to have to get nature seeds. That requires tier 1 crafting seeds, Inferium essence, and nature clusters. And they, of course, are exactly why I've grown those 4 crops, because we're going to need at least 4 of these for 1 seed, and the more of them we get, the better it is. So why don't I go and then take those? I will then go and craft this. Tier 1 crafting seed is just Inferium and base crafting seed, and that's just seeds with prosperity shards, so nothing terrible there. That will get us 1 nature seed. However, once that grows, you'll get probably a chance of it giving you an extra seed, etc., and then duplicating up from there. So I should have everything I need for that. So lily pads, the nature seeds. Yep, 1 set of nature seeds, and I need to then grow those up a little bit. I'm not sure if these are going to respond. Also, in the comments, I got quite an answer to what I was looking for, which was that yes, cloches do support Inferium, well, all the various seeds. However, the problem with that is generally that it's very expensive to get those cloches, at least in this pack, even though it's not even on Titan or Kappa mode. Yeah, so we have a few more issues to go just yet. However, let me get some nature seeds sorted, and then we'll come back and try and get some nature essence. From nature essence, we'll then boost into a lily pad, and hopefully that will start us getting faster and faster all the way through. Okay, so to speed that really slow farm up, will take a while for me to get that nature essence. In the meantime, we'll also make it automated, however, which will make it even better. And to do that, we're going to require a couple of things. Well, we're going to need more redstone. Have I got any more dust sifting up right now? I do have enough to get more redstone. I will have to make more dust, but we'll have to make that more automated later. And yeah, that'll be enough for 4 of those. And they, in turn, will let us get the mechanical user. Just when we craft a few levers. I'll have 4 to start, but I'll have to make more later. There we go. And all that these are going to do is try and right click. And we need to just point them downwards. So you'll see there's these already. Because there isn't a plant there on purpose, because I wanted that to reserve for a block, just so I can line all of this stuff up. Yep. And if we get on top, yeah, it's going to face up, isn't it? I need to do exactly the opposite. Put a block on top and point it down. Gonna be interesting, especially with the earth there. 1 second. Yeah, so I'll just remove the earth as you might expect, so I can get underneath to be able to place blocks. And one more. Then we should be able to just till this ground, assuming that I don't click on the absorption hopper by mistake. And that sprinkler will just keep everything nice and wet. And then we have mechanical users, so we can then set them to right click. Doesn't really much matter the slot and always on, so that's the default mode that they all have. So if we go around there, I did want to just maybe experiment with crop sticks. And I think you can probably get better versions of these seeds. So yeah, tier 1 versus tier 1 crafting seed. Yeah, those are different entirely. That's fine. I don't think I have any higher tiers. That's mystical agriculture, but I don't have the scanner yet. I may need to get this scanner. In any case, to get started, I guess I'm going to put, not 2. 2 in the middle, and then we'll just put 1 either side of the nature seeds and see if they will grow. I never remember mystical agriculture. It's been a while. So we'll also put the Inferium seeds there. And we need to get 4 more of these mechanical users, but they need some more dust and yeah, etc, etc. So I'll go and craft those until we get a ring. And then eventually I'd like to get like a second ring going. So this is essentially 5x5 minus 1 for the middle. And then we'll replace this eventually with just the lily pad once we get enough nature essence. Now, one of the changes that I think has happened in the pack, I hadn't reviewed the notes yet, but it looks like the cost to use a jetpack is way, way up on what it was. Where's my battery gone? There it is. So with a battery, we can actually get a lot of power, but if I just drop that for a second, and then I lift off, you'll see immediately, yeah, that's dropped to 3/4. So there's definitely an incentive to get to the higher tiers. Of course, the quantum battery can store enough power to keep you going for a while, but be careful. Don't just think that you can just fly off, just in case that has actually changed. It's that time of the episode where I go and try and get a couple of random loot boxes. So I'm going to go for the 10 loot box and detect, claim. And then we'll also go for the greater loot box, 20, claim. And then, of course, we've still got other ones to go. That isn't unclaimed. For some reason, this one... Oh, it has a cooldown. Okay, fair enough. Alright, it's a good loot chest, apparently. Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay. What's the first one? A fast vector plate. Useful in some cases, but I didn't need it. I use fans for my mob farm, so no problem there. Solar generators, that I quite like. Yeah, I'm not sure what rate of energy they're actually producing, how much power I'm going to get. And indeed, I'm going to put them under, well, out of here somewhere. Where's a good point? I suppose if I could put an extension, just out here would be fine if we could do it. Do I have some energy conduit? I do. Let's just stick this on the end. Okay, and let's go for that. 1, 2. I need to be one further across, maybe. There we go. Sun true at 40 hour per tick. Okay, while it's in daytime, so it'll just help to charge our battery a little bit quicker. Again, free of charge energy. I think this is pretty much the same output as a magmatic. So, pretty happy there. At least for me, that's a good result for a loot chest. And I'm assuming that these nature seeds just don't grow in crop sticks because they're not showing any kind of movement. So I'm just going to take those out for a second and we'll grab them back again and just put them down as regular plants. No problem if that's the case. Because this is one I put down at the same time and that one's pretty much grown. However, it isn't being collected automatically. Generic click, right click random slot, always active. Let's just see, cycle through these and see which one actually. Let me get this sort of so I can see it. There we go. Which one of these actually will work? Use item on block. Activate block with item. That will work. Good. So we'll set the same thing on the others as well. There we go. And once they've grown, they should start producing nature essence, just like this. I'm going to need 7 total to be able to get to the lily pad, however. Let's take a look. Lily pad. Yep, I need 7. And I get 8 lily pads for it, mind you. Can I not just have one of these and get 1 lily pad, please? Ah, such a shame. While we're doing that, I thought we'd go for the other approach as well, which is to go for a phytogenic insulator. And to do that, you sort of want to pour stuff into our smeltery and make sure it doesn't try to pour it back out again. Well, that's a 1 block of energized glowstone. You tend to need tin and silver, and I can never remember which way around these are, so I'm not going to bother looking. I'm just going to grab some tin and silver. So 4 of you and 4 of you. And we'll just drop them in. That should make something useful. It should make lumium ideally, and lumium's what we need for the phytogenic insulator. It needs a lumium gear. Phyto. There we go. Yep, lumium gear. Everything else we should have. I couldn't help it. I want to see what the next rack up gives us, so let's just go for that. Detect. That's the 41. And claim. Epic loot chest. Epic loot chest? Cryothium cooler. That's going to be more advanced stuff. Nuclear craft. And I haven't played with nuclear craft before, so I'll have to try that once we get to it. Fine, nothing I can do for it for now. And we've still got 2.5 stacks to, well, 2.5 stacks to be able to be used whenever we want. Okay, and let's add some more tools to our assorted section of them. We're going to go for a ring of magnetizing, just so stuff doesn't fall off my platform when I'm actually making it. So there goes the ring, and we need some more advanced stuff from actually additions, which should be okay. We just get them from here. Let's say 4 iron and 2 redstone. That should get us everything we need for the ring of magnetization, hopefully. Yep. And it's getting charged in my inventory from our quantum battery, of course. So that we make sure we recharge in here. Good. And that's pretty much done. Does this need to be activated to work? Looks like it's activated now. Let's just, I don't know, try and take one of these blocks out. There we go. Yep, all working. Good. All right, happy with that. Moving on. Has our nature seeds done yet? Remember what I said in the first start of the episode about the anti-barrel deleting stuff, and maybe those totems were not in the mod pack anymore? It turns out they are. It's just they got deleted along with everything else. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame. But it does mean I should be able to get hopefully that that hunger option from the ability totems, which will make it so that I can use all of them. However, I did get a couple of artifact loot bags while just fixing something with the farm. I've now got it set up internally now, so it's now just using just one continuous item conduit to link these 2 buffers, and the buffers are being filled quite happily by the mob farm. Yeah, but they're also being removed at this end as well, so it's all looking good there. Anything good in this? Golden apple I will take, and throw you away otherwise. Molten core I'll take, that's just blaze powder essentially. Oh, well, magma cream or 2 of them would make blaze powder, but fine for now. That will continue as normal. Fine. Our mob farm is up and running. Okay, so I completed a phytogenic insulator. The phyto grow is relatively straightforward. It is just some pulverized charcoal, some slag, which you can get by melting buckets back into iron, or various other different ways. You'll get slag as a byproduct from your induction furnace. And the last one is nitro, which just take sandstone, or make sandstone from sand, and then crunch it back up using a pulverizer, and you'll get sand again. But you'll also occasionally get nitro as well. So in here, I've got a sink, which is going to be fed in, the water being fed in with a liquid flat transfer node, straight into the phytogenic insulator, and we're getting nature essence out. And of course, we also should have nature essence over here now, enough to get me what I need anyway. So 1, 2, and let's craft it up over here. There we go, 8 lily pads. And we can enhance those to get lily pad of fertility. And then we just need to just go basically rebuild this thing again. Not too much of a worry though. Just get rid of you and get rid of you. And let's just grab that for a second, put it over here. Put some water back. There we go. And is it just a lily pad of fertility on the top? Yep, it is. Good. So that should apply in a fairly wide radius around it. You can see that stuff is already changing, which is good. I like that whole idea. Yep, off it goes. And of course, these mechanical users will automate that. We want to do more than this, of course, because this is still far too slow to get Inferium, which is the whole point of this exercise. But we've got to the first point of speeding things up. And the effect stacks. So, if you've got some more lily pads of fertility, now that we have more nature essence, you can stack them, I think it's below up to 4 down from your crops. So this should be okay. And hopefully, yep, well, these are already grown. Let's see what happens if I just remove these for a second. Yep, they're growing. And I think they're growing faster than before, which is good. And in here, yep, we're certainly getting more and more nature essence. Good. But what we really want is not so much nature essence, but Inferium essence. So I'm now free to craft more mechanical users. I'll be able to, I'll need to take out these earth blocks again and then face them downwards. And from there, these should essentially be automated. Now, I could put more lily pads up here, but to be honest, I prefer to hide them underneath. And we'll stack them up to, I don't know, as far as they go, really. The more, what's the restriction on them, really? Lily pads. Should be able to make plenty of these now. It will be likely the other ingredients. So, probably cactus at the moment. I think I've got a full stack of these. This comes from the mob farm. So, just cactus, really. So that's not really a restriction. I just have to wait. So just to finish up, I put an ender chest in place on here. It's feeding everything in at the moment. It's not doing any filtering. And then on the underside of our base, I decided to put the other ender chest here. Then we'll put a line of machinery or crafters probably. There isn't the mechanical crafter in this mod pack, but there is a crafter, which is the RF Tools one. Fairly simple to actually make, just needs some power. And of course we have power down here underneath the floor layer, so we can just run another conduit underneath and then have that automatically crafted up. We will of course need to deal with the fact we don't have a master infusion stone, but that's something we'll have to deal with, you know, in coming packs. So that's pretty much that Inferium essence sorted. We just need lots more of it now, which means off camera I will go and take the lily pads and more slime pearls, more of these, and what was the last one? Was it just cactus green? I think it was just cactus green we're short of. And continue to add more and more lily pads. And hopefully at some point soon we will get nether stars, and from nether stars we'll be able to craft the other blocks that we want. I don't think there is time in a bottle in this pack. Time in a bottle. No, at least not enabled anyway. Anything else we could get to soon? Nope, I think that's it for now. If you've got any suggestions, feel free to put them in the comments. More than happy to hear them. Otherwise, if you like the episode, feel free to give it a thumbs up. We've got various farms going now, and that will get us further into the pack with this automated stuff. We don't have the wand of acceleration, I don't think, do we? Excel? No. Such a shame. So, if you like the episode, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, feel free to subscribe and share as you normally would. Otherwise, you can comment below, and of course, see you next time for some more Project Ozone 3. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Oh, and do check out the Subnautica playthrough on the channel if you're interested. Thanks a lot. See you next time.